ready, go.
Oh, hi students. Good to see you again. I hope you're all healthy and safe and doing well. These are my AVID coronavirus announcements number 4 for today, Monday, March 30th, 2020. Yes, sir, you have a question? Mr. Medina, are there any new updates on coronavirus in school? That's a good question, and I'm sure a lot of you already know about this, but in case you didn't hear, we did get a message last week from the district that we are not returning to school until May 4th at the earliest. The reason for that is really to limit our exposure to the virus so that we can all stay healthy and safe. The main idea is that we stay home now so that after this whole virus is over, we have less of a chance when we go back to school of spreading it and having to cancel classes again. So that's the reason why we're staying in a little bit earlier. What does that mean for classes and grades? Will we ever go back? That's a good question. A lot of people have been wondering about that and asking me. So as of now, really what that means is if we go back on May 4th, we have about 1 month of classes left in the school year. It's really going to depend on who your teacher is and what they want to do of what you're going to do for that last month if we go back on the 4th. If you're really worried about coronavirus, I know a few people are worried and wondering, like, when are things going to go back to normal? There's a really great article that I included in the slides today called How the Pandemic Will End. If you just click on this link, you can go straight to it and it'll answer some of those questions. It's kind of a long article, but it's really informational, it's really useful, especially if you have a lot of questions and you're worried. I strongly recommend that you read it. But let's get back to the questions. Mr. Medina, what about our independent study planners? That's a great question. So I was really impressed, even more impressed this week than last week with the study planners that I got. More and more students are doing them, and I actually just finished talking to Ms. Brown about how impressed we are with our AVID freshmen. A lot of other teachers we've been talking to have not had a lot of students turning in their work, but our AVID students are doing a really great job. More than half of my AVID students are turning in their independent study planners every week. And it sounds like a lot of her students are doing their work too, so awesome job, keep it up. I do want to give out shout outs to a couple of students who had some awesome things in their planners. First, shout out to Edward for taking it upon himself to research coronavirus in his free time. He said he's curious about it, he wants to know more, so he started looking up information about it, and I think that's a really great idea to kind of understand what we're living through right now. Jackie and all the other students who are helping out their siblings and families at home. I saw a lot of people writing about helping their little brother, their little sister out with homework. That's awesome, you guys. It really warms my heart and it really impresses me that you're supporting yourself and you're also supporting your family through this time as well. Adrian, he woke up early last week. He woke up before 9 o'clock, which is, I know, hard to do, especially right now. So round of applause for Adrian. Excellent job. Also, Yadi, who's being cautious to keep her family safe. She mentioned in her reflections that she realized on Tuesday how important it is for her decisions to stay home and make sure that she's not spreading the virus to her loved ones, to her family, to her friends, things like that. I think that's a really important message for us all to be thinking about. Abraham is creatively exercising. He's running up and down stairs at his house and doing his best to stay inside while still getting his heart rate up. I thought that was pretty creative, so thanks for sharing that with us too. Anthony, still writing really entertaining reflections. They make me laugh, they make me smile, so thank you for that, Anthony. Keep up the good work with your reflections. Jasmine and Michelle are both bored, and a lot of other students also said that they were bored. I have a little bit of a tip for that. In just a second, we're going to talk about it. But also I want to shout out Julie, who shared that there's nothing to fear but fear itself at this point. She said it's kind of like when she's told, are you afraid of the dark itself, or are you afraid of what you can't see when it's in the dark? And I thought that was like a really profound way of thinking about things right now, and I wanted to share that with everyone. So I left comments for you all in Google Classroom. If you turned in a study planner, please check that and read it to yourself. You can respond to me if you want. So some people are still feeling bored, like I mentioned. So I wanted to maybe give you an option for feeling less bored. In Google Classroom, if you go to Google Classroom now, there's a question that you can answer. You can post your answer to this question: what do you recommend to your classmates this week? And you can get ideas for other students. The idea of this is, we're all feeling bored, we're struggling to get through this week, So what are the shows you're watching? What are the movies you're watching? What books are you reading? What videos are you watching online? We can share those things so that we all have something to do throughout the week. So just go to Google Classroom Classwork, find the classroom discussion questions, answer the question. You can check back later and see what other students have written. Okay, another question. Mr. Medina, when's our next Zoom meeting? Great question. So since not a lot of people showed up to the Zoom meeting last week, here's what we're going to do instead. I'm going to hold optional office hours. They're open for anyone who wants to come ask questions, or if you just want to hang out and chat with my other students, you can do that as well. It'll be 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes at the most if a lot of people show up. But I'm going to have those meetings on Tuesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and Thursday at 2 o'clock. If you can't make either of those meetings and you have important questions you want me to answer, just make sure to email me or send me a remind message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can with the answers. As always, don't forget about the additional resources I have in here. The schedule for picking up lunches did change, just so you know. So meal pickup is now 2 days a week. It's Mondays and Wednesdays instead of every day throughout the week. So just check this slide in today's announcements and you'll see all the information there if you need to pick up meals for your family or if someone you know needs meals. And don't forget also, if you're struggling with internet, call your cable provider and see if you qualify for 60 days of free internet because you're a K-12 student. And that's it for today. I'm going to be posting some other activities this week that you can work on if you want. Everything's optional. I just want to remind you. Let me know if teachers are lowering your grades for anything or if you're worried about grades, and I'll do whatever I can to support you. But other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, and send me a remind message this week. Let me know how you're doing. Take care, and I'll see you later.